Well, new at 5, severe weather gave us an early wake-up call in the Mid-South, how one city is recovering from damages. A holiday weekend full of violence, how multiple cities are investigating multiple mass shootings. And coming up later in the show, power outages have put a damper on everyone's holiday, but slowly coming back on. How many people are currently without power?
Taking action for you. Action News 5 at 5 starts now.
Well, thank you for joining us. You are taking a live look at Memphis Midtown, and as you can see, the sun is trying to get through the clouds, but rain is starting to fall here at 5 o'clock. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Action News 5 at 5. I'm Tavarius Haywood. Well, it's been a warm and muggy day here in the Mid-South with some rain throughout the day. Meteorologist Sergey Galindo is tracking storms across the Mid-South and has the first look at your forecast. Hey, Sergey.
Hey, we are tracking some storms out there on the radar right now. Nothing severe in our area, but that potential for some strong to severe storms will continue into this evening, so we'll watch it. Notice a tornado warning outside of our coverage area, back off toward the north and west. So another reason why we'll have to really watch closely as we'll continue to see more scattered showers and storms developing through this evening. Right now, we've got some downpours in eastern Arkansas, right over Harrisburg, some of those pushing over Blytheville as well, and a line trying to form here that's extending from Covington to Somerville, all the way back down across Hardeman and portion of McNairy County, seeing some isolated storms there as well. You can see some of those lightning strikes within it, but thankfully, as I mentioned, nothing severe at this point. As we put things into motion, this is all moving off toward the east, but we will see more development as we go through this evening. I think rain will end right around midnight for all of the area, but we still remain under a slight risk for severe weather. That's category 2 out of 5. So the primary threats will continue to be heavy rainfall with any stronger storms, the potential for some gusty winds and hail. And while that tornado threat is low, you just saw there a tornado warning just outside of our coverage area. It's not zero, so it's something that we'll continue to keep a close eye on. Here's what you can expect this evening if you are headed out. Again, keep that First Alert weather app handy because we'll alert you to any storms that may be on the stronger side should they pop up. But as we head toward this evening, we'll see a 60% chance of showers and storms right around 7 o'clock. So again, I think that coverage is going to grow. By 9 o'clock, rain chances start to go down. And as we get closer to midnight, I think we'll start seeing the rain tapering off. So here's what you should know. More rain and storms this evening. A few could be on the strong to severe side, but we are tracking a drier pattern as early as tomorrow. We'll talk about all of that coming up in my First Alert forecast. Tavarius?
All right, thanks again. Powerful storms tore through parts of Hernando, Mississippi early this morning. Most of the town is without power, and in one neighborhood, several homes saw significant damage. Action News 5 Sydney Gray went to Hernando and has the latest on how they're recovering.
We come out here, I said, oh my God. And I was so nervous, I couldn't hardly take it. It was just, trees were everywhere.
Storms pushing across the Mid-South destroyed some homes in this Hernando community. Electrical wires and trees filled West Valley Street.
We did know some weather was coming through, but I had no idea it was something like this.
A tree fell through Willie Jackson's home.
And it was just a rumbling, boom, 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 you know, hitting against the window and stuff.
She's lived there 36 years and says Sunday morning storm is something she's never experienced before.
I didn't imagine it was like that. And I didn't realize until my son got up and he said, Mama, come look out here.
Her family and friends quickly came to help. At one point, Jackson says she was even stuck inside her home. Family members cut through fallen trees and moved power lines to get her out.
They're going to need food because they don't tell them how long the lights are going to be off.
Much of the city lost power. It's downtown, nearly a ghost town, on what would have likely been a busy Father's Day.
It's like immediately on Father's Day, all the men were like, yes, we get to use our chainsaws. Unfortunately, everyone's safe, and that's what's most important for sure.
Mandy Jones's home had minimal damage, but her friends a block away weren't as fortunate.
I was in my room and I ran straight to my parents' room. I thought it was like something like really scary, so I just ran straight to their room and asked them what was going on, and then I heard a loud boom and the power went off.
With chainsaws and helping hands hard at work, many say they're thankful no one was hurt.
It feels really good to know that people really care about helping us.
Sydney Gray, Action News 5.
A chaotic and deadly Juneteenth holiday weekend around the U.S. following multiple mass shootings overnight. Law enforcement in St. Louis as well as Washington State are among those investigating deadly shootings. Shelly Malashi has the latest.
We were all just out, and next thing you know, shots just got to going off, and everybody ran, and it was chaos.
A Juneteenth celebration turns into chaos in Willowbrook, Illinois, early Sunday morning when multiple people were shot. The shooting took place in a parking lot, according to witnesses. At least 12 ambulances were on scene to treat the victims.
All I could do is check on my friends and see if everything was okay.
Right now, police are investigating a motive. In Washington State, day 2 of the Beyond Wonderland Electronic Dance Music Festival in Grant County had to be canceled Sunday following a mass shooting overnight. 2 people were killed and 3 others injured, including the shooter, who is now in custody.
We don't know what the motives were, what the intentions were of the shooter, and we'll have to wait and see if we can find that information out later on.
Meanwhile, in St. Louis, Missouri, police are investigating a shooting that left 1 juvenile dead and 9 others injured. It happened around 1 a.m. Sunday morning at a large gathering inside this building on the 5th floor.
A 17-year-old female was possibly trampled coming down the stairs, running from the scene, and has serious injuries to her spine.
The victim's age ranged from 15 to 19 years old, and police are investigating who was responsible for the gathering. I'm Shelly Malashi reporting.
Many Memphians were without power today, and while it is coming back on, many people are still waiting. According to MLG&W, there are currently 735 outages, and there are over 15,000 customers still without power. In the early hours of the morning, there were over 30,000 power outages. And there are many ways to make Dad feel special this Father's Day. How you can do it on a budget, coming up after the break. Retail experts are expecting Father's Day spending to break records this year, but many families are getting creative with gifts for Dad. Jen Sullivan has tips on saving this Father's Day.
Showering Dad with love this Father's Day? You're not alone. Spending is expected to reach nearly $23 billion this year. The National Retail Federation says that would be an all-time high. It's predicting consumers will spend a record $196.23 on average. But celebrating Father's Day doesn't have to be expensive.
There is no better time to spend your money wisely than on the men in your life that you love.
Jessica Allen from the website Living Well Spending Less has some tips to help you save money while still expressing your love and appreciation for Dad. Number 1, be intentional. As you might expect, some of the most popular gifts this year are clothing, gift cards, and personal care items. But Allen says consider crafting a heartfelt, personalized gift instead. It may be cheaper, and it's certainly more thoughtful than a store-bought item.
Get really specific. Do you have a movie buff? Can you plan early to go see a summer blockbuster?
Number 2, ditch the restaurant and host a grilling session. Buy a cut of meat or veggie that he loves. Have it ready for a weekend celebration and a playlist of all of Dad's favorite songs.
Just ask him, would you like to grill for us or would you like us to grill for you? You're going to save so much money when you plan and have that beautiful meal at home.
Number 3, plan a memorable experience. Take Dad on a hike, picnic, fishing trip, or any activity that he enjoys.
For these men, love is spelled Time. And so how can you carve out some time in your weekend to spend some quality time with the fathers in your life?
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
You can also consider group gifting, meaning everybody pitch in a few dollars for Dad and get him one big gift.
Sounds like some great ideas there. And we are tracking the potential that a few storms could be strong to severe. I'll have the latest timing coming up in my First Alert forecast.
This broadcast is sponsored by Kimry Wealth Management. Plan, preserve, prosper. You're watching Action News 5 at 5.
Well, as many of you are celebrating Father's Day with loved ones, it's also an opportunity to talk with family about getting or staying healthy. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips to keep dads healthy all year long.
It's a rewarding job, and fathers often focus on their family, not themselves.
We tend to put our health on the back burner, or we think if we ignore it, it's not going to be a problem, and often that gets us into trouble.
Dr. Mitchell Humphreys with Mayo Clinic says health tip number 1, pay attention to your prostate. Talk to your doctor about getting prostate-specific antigen or PSA numbers checked to rule out prostate cancer.
A lot of times men think as they get older, just not being able to urinate is part of getting older, but that may reflect something else going on with your prostate.
Prevention is key. Mitchell says tip 2 is to be proactive with your health in other ways too. Get routine screenings, have your cholesterol checked, and know your vitamin D levels, which can affect things like bone and immune health. Tip 3, make small changes toward a heart-healthy diet, limiting red meat, focusing on fresh fruits, veggies, and leafy greens, while eating fewer processed foods and sugar. 4, find an exercise you enjoy. 150 minutes of moderate activity per week is recommended.
Do it with your spouse, do it with your family. but do something that you can enjoy and you can maintain and sustain.
Finally, focus on mental health. Humphrey says it's just as important as physical health.
Being in that right state of mind, being able to manage stress, to have those work-life balance, to have relaxation techniques, it's a very important part of health and moving forward.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And this weekend features a double dose of holidays, Father's Day, and of course Juneteenth. The combination is causing stress at airports across the country, and severe weather is making it worse. Airlines across the country are reporting hundreds of cancellations and thousands of delays. It's forcing many airports to issue ground delays because of intense thunderstorms. FlightAware lists more than 6,000 flight delays in the U.S. as of Friday night and more than 500 cancellations. With that, we're going to turn things over now to Sergey to give us another check of the forecast.
Well, we are still looking at some scattered showers and storms out there. We're going to continue to track those through this evening, but it hasn't been all rainy all day. We did have a dry period. Hopefully the fathers, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hopefully you got a chance to maybe soak in a little bit of sun that we had today. But again, now it's back to the next round of rain and storms. Let's take a look right now at what's going on. You can see an area of low pressure making its way across the area. And this is the culprit for the weather that we're seeing now and the reason why we could see more development this evening. As we look at the bigger picture, we're seeing some isolated to scattered showers and storms across our area. A tornado warning in eastern Arkansas just outside of our coverage area. So again, we can't quite let our guard down. We'll still have that potential that a few storms could be strong to severe through the evening hours. Let's talk about what we expect from here. As we head around 6 to 6:30, could begin to see more rain filling in eastern Arkansas. We'll still have the isolated to scattered showers in West Tennessee and North Mississippi, but there could be some heavy rainfall that starts to push in as we make our way into this evening. Right around 9 o'clock, some of that heavy rainfall could be situated right over Memphis and Shelby County, and areas to the east could see some downpours as well in North Mississippi. So again, all things we're watching, and by 11 o'clock, a lot of this is going to be scooting outside of the area as that low pressure continues to move off toward the east. And I think right around midnight will be dry, maybe a lingering shower or two, but most of us will start to dry out overnight tonight. Temperatures right now at 79 degrees. We're a little bit cooler today because of the clouds and the rain that we saw. So that high today, only 82 degrees. But notice the rain that we picked up, close to 1.5 inches. This is just at the Memphis International Airport. We've had some reports of some areas even getting closer to 2 inches. So certainly we've had a wet day for today for many. Temperatures around the region, 70s and 80s is 81 in Blytheville, 81 in Brownsville, 82 in Marks. That little bit of sunshine that we had allow things to heat up. So with the heat in place and the humidity, we certainly will have to watch that potential that a few storms could be on the strong to severe side. As we head toward tonight, temperatures are going to drop around 70 degrees, evening storms, then clearing out overnight tonight, which is going to make for a great day tomorrow. But winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15. That rain chance right around 60% for tonight. As we make our way into tomorrow, a drier pattern will be shaping up for us. However, we're still going to have that potential for rain chances each afternoon over the next 5 to 7 days. But those chances are going to be low, and it'll mostly be in the afternoon when we get the heating of the day. Temperatures starting off in the low 70s right around 7 o'clock, by noon 81, 85 by 3 o'clock. So temperatures still coming in below our average, which is 90, but we still have the humid conditions in place. Not overly so, but enough that it'll feel sticky as you step outside over the next several days. Here's a look at those rain chances. As I mentioned, they're going to be low but daily, a 20% chance all the way through Wednesday. We get a little bit of an uptick on Thursday at a 30% chance, and then Friday a 20% chance for some showers. Let's talk about Juneteenth for tomorrow. If you're planning to head out, I think you're going to be good to go. Upper 60s as we start off the day, so a nice cool start to low 70s. By 4 o'clock, there could be a couple of spotty showers on the board with the heating of the day. Temperatures are going to be rising into the mid to upper 80s. Notice those spots around right around 5 o'clock. So again, there could be a passing shower or two, but nothing widespread like what we saw this morning or even what we're seeing this afternoon. So again, a much drier pattern is emerging. Here's a look at the 7-day muggy meter. We are going to be in that humid category, but thankfully not in that muggy or steamy category. So it is going to feel sticky, but thankfully those temperatures are going to be below average for most of this week. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. 86 for Monday, Tuesday 87, not bad at all. Daily rain chances, but again, I don't think we're looking at any washouts. We do start to see those temperatures heating up a little bit more by next weekend. Temperatures will be around 90 degrees on Saturday. Saturday, and on Sunday, 89 and humid. So it'll feel a little bit more seasonable as we head toward next weekend.
Fishing weather for me.
Oh, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, EA. Don't go away. Sports will be next.
The first season of professional football returning to Memphis is in the books. The Showboats year ends in disappointing fashion, following the regular season finale to the Birmingham Stallions 27-20, ending their slim playoff hopes. But it was a fun, wild ride from starting 0-3 to winning 5 in a row before losing their last 2. And after every team in the USFL spent last season in Birmingham, head coach Todd Haley had nothing but great things to say about having the 901 behind his team the entire season.
This was awesome. This was really awesome. You know, we were, I don't want to say we were jealous last year at times, but we were. I mean, we were. I mean, we got to see the fans at Birmingham got to have come out and cheer them on. So, I mean, there wasn't one of these home games that I didn't look up in the crowd and just think, you know, this is awesome. I mean, they're sitting out there in 100-degree real feel temperatures, and I said last week the 3-hour rain delay, still a lot of people came back. I mean, that tells you this is a cool town. We've had a phenomenal experience. I know I have personally, and I thought it was just awesome.
And the good news, the Showboats will be back in Memphis for a second season, as announced right here on Action News 5 earlier this week. Meanwhile, the Redbirds finishing up a 6-game series at Jacksonville. Memphis coming off a 5-3 win on Saturday, looking for a series split with a win against the Jumbo Shrimp today. Redbirds can move back to 5 games above 500 with the win, and it helps when you have a good major leaguer on a rehab assignment with you. Cardinals outfielder Lars Nootbaar turned Jacksonville into his personal playground today. Top one hits this one out of the stadium. 2-run shot, and it's 2-0 Memphis quickly. Jump ahead top 3 now. Redbirds up 3-1. Juan Yepez, plenty of pop himself. He flexes some muscle. Another ball hit out of the stadium. This one to left. 423-foot bomb for Yepez gives Memphis a 5-1 lead. Redbirds running away with this one. Now up 7-1 top 6 when Nootbaar says 1 is good, 2 is better. Another monster big fly, second of the day for Nootbaar. 4 hits for him in this one. Redbirds split the series in Jacksonville with a 10-4 dub. They travel to Iowa starting on Tuesday. Rubber match in Queens between the Cardinals and the Mets. Nolan Arenado started and ended this game with a bang. Top 1, we have liftoff. Law, 2-run shot, puts the Cards up 2-0. Back and forth game the whole way. Tied at 7, top 9. Not anymore. Arenado annihilates another Jack, second of the game, number 15 of the season for him. Gives the Cardinals an 8-7 lead. That proves to be the game winner. Cardinals take 2 of 3 from the Mets. They're going to D.C. to take on the Nats starting tomorrow. Gotta say, I'm a Cardinals fan. Happy Father's Day to my dad. He's a Mets fan, so he's got to take the L on this one. But happy Father's Day, Dad. Love you.
You know what always trips me out? The name of these teams, the Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo Shrimp is one of the more unique ones for sure.
The Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas, which is a different league, but yeah, they're a fun team as well.
Right, gotcha. Sigay, what you got?
Well, we are still tracking the potential for some severe weather through this evening. Stay with us for the very latest.
All right, thank you at home. Have a good night.
Take the First Alert Weather Team wherever you go. Live radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, everything you need to help plan your day. Download the free First Alert Weather app today. Sponsored by Comfort Dynamics, Heating and Air Specialist. Your comfort is our business.